Welcome to the series where I test out money-making methods from the OSRS Wiki. Feel free to leave suggestions on which moneymaker you'd like to see next. And also, if you didn't already know, I have a nice playlist that I've created that has all of the previous moneymakers that I've already tried, so go ahead and check it out if you haven't already. With that being said, let's get into the video. So for today's video, we'll be doing 1 hour of fishing trawler. Now, at first I wasn't too sure about this as a moneymaker, but this comment got a lot of upvotes, so I decided to go ahead and make the video anyways. I thought that after I had obtained the full angler's outfit, I would never have to come back here again, but here we are once more to test it out. Right now, what you just saw was the possible fish that you can obtain from this minigame and the random junk items that you can also get, which have no value whatsoever. The only real requirement that is needed to do this minigame is 15 fishing, but like with most stuff, the higher your fishing level, the better. A higher fishing level will award you with higher level fish, thus making more money in the end. As far as gear setup goes, you really don't need to be wearing anything. I'm wearing, of course, the max cape and the angler outfit that you earn from the minigame, but I was wearing that before I made this video. I was doing sacred eel fishing, so I already had it on. But you don't need to be wearing any of this. The only things you actually need is what is going to be in your inventory, which is a bailing bucket, swamp paste, and rope. Now, the bailing bucket you can buy from the person in the general store that is nearby the fishing trawler. The swamp paste you can just buy it from the GE. It is also sold in the general store, but because it is a store that's available to everyone here, most of the time it is low on swamp paste and makes it very expensive, so it's better to just buy it from the GE. And then the rope you can also obtain from the GE, although I don't believe I used any rope at all during this 1 hour of fishing trawler. Besides what I have in my inventory, that is all you will be needing for this training method. So the activity itself is pretty straightforward, not too complicated. All you really need to be doing is just standing right here next to the holes that will appear in the ship where water leaks out of and patch them up. What you can do is you can position your mouse cursor to any of the lines that are on the boat. Just make sure that it is below you and not above you, because if you get on a line that is below you, which you'll see in the video right now where I'm clicking in between two holes, I'll be able to patch both of those holes whenever they start leaking. So even if your connection is not that great, as long as your character is doing the animation of patching the hole, your activity bar will fill up. The swamp paste is what you'll be using to patch up these holes, and as for the bailing bucket, whenever the ship fills up with water, you can just spam click on your bucket to throw out some of the water that has entered the ship. These will be the two main activities that you are doing on the boat to keep the activity bar up high. The good thing about this minigame is that once your activity bar is all the way up, you can AFK for a few minutes before you have to do any more actions. This was a huge relief and a huge difference compared to my last video where I was spam clicking the master farmer, so this was pretty enjoyable, even if it isn't the best money. Now, the last item that we have in our inventory is of course the ropes, and those will be used to repair the nets above the boat. At about 30 seconds, you'll see me go to the top part of the boat to investigate the net, and I'll just be spam clicking on the net to make sure that it is fixed by the time the trip ends. If the trip ends and the net is not fixed, no one gets any rewards whatsoever, so we miss out on the fish and we miss out on the chance to get a piece of the angler's outfit. And fixing the nets is the last activity that you will be doing on this boat. So there's 3 in total. There is using the swamp paste to fill up the holes that appear on the sides of the boat. There's the bailing bucket to empty the boat of water whenever it floods. And then the ropes are used to repair the nets if they do get torn. And again, I usually wait till around the 30-second mark to do this. I believe there was an update. Before, when you would get under a minute, the timer would just say under a minute. So that would pretty much give you the heads up to go up to the top of the boat and investigate the net. But I think with an update, it made it to where we can see the exact time that is left, so you can leave a lot later. Just make sure that you do make it to the top of the boat before the time runs out so that you can fix any potential damages to the net so that you don't miss out on any rewards. Once the ship makes it back to the mainland, you can go to where pretty much everyone else goes. It's a huge crowd of people that run to the net, and that's where you can claim your fish and also any angler outfit pieces that you might have obtained. The chance of obtaining any angler piece is a 1 in 8 chance, so you could get super lucky and be here for about, who knows, maybe 2 hours, or you could be a little more unlucky like me and be here for over 10 hours. Back when I first did this minigame, I was actually doing it because I needed the piece for a master clue, and it did take me over 10 hours to get the full set, so that kind of sucked. But thankfully, like I said previously, this is a pretty AFK minigame. Once you get your activity bar up high, you can pretty much AFK for a few minutes, so it's not that bad. Towards the end of the video, I will also be showing a screenshot that I took of the loot that I got from 10 hours of fishing trawler, so you'll be able to see how much fish you can get from 10 hours and not just 1 hour. And I'll just say right now, it's probably not worth to do this as a moneymaker. Most people would just come here to get the angler's outfit, which is more than understandable. But if you still find yourself wanting to make some money while fishing, there are plenty of other methods that you can do that are just as AFK and that will make you more money in the process. Currently, I just do sacred eels on the side whenever I am doing some work because it is very AFK and it is not a bad moneymaker with the price of scales right now. It's definitely better than doing fishing trawler for money. And you have to remember that I also have 99 fishing, so I'm getting the best fish possible here. And I also have the Arty Elite Diary done, which gives me 50% more fish while doing this minigame. While I was making this video, I couldn't help but think about what could make this minigame more enjoyable. And for whatever reason, I was looking at the top part of the screen where it shows you the total amount of fish that you have caught all together as a team. And I thought it'd be pretty cool if you could have some sort of like PvP scenario, like where in the last minute, it's just a battle royale match on the boat and last one standing takes all the fish. It would definitely make the game a lot less boring, but I don't know if people would want to risk their stuff on there, so it might not work out. I always hear about how PvP is dying and people want Jagex to fix PvP, so who knows, maybe that could be a nice little addition to the game that could revive PvP, but you know, this is coming from someone who doesn't know how to PK, so you probably don't want to listen to my advice. And with that being said, we have finished the 1 hour of fishing trawler. Now we can do a nice little price check to see what we got. You can also see the junk that we got. So we got some broken arrows, an old boot, some broken glass, and just other random junk that we do not need. But there it is, around 274k. We can now go to the GE to sell all of our wonderful loot as we drop all of this junk that we do not need. I do want to mention though that the timer did run out while we were on a fishing trip, so I'll let you decide whether you want to count that in the hour or not. I did it anyways because I was already on the boat, so I'll leave the choice up to you. As with most of our recent videos that I've been making, I just put the fish in there for the market price. I let the manta rays sit in there for a little bit until they sold. It didn't take very long, and we can finally do one last little price check to see how much money we got from the 1 hour. And here it is, 273k. Not the best amount of money, but for how AFK this minigame is, I'd say it's not too bad. And you know, you're making money while you're going for the angler's outfit, which is the main attraction of this minigame. It's also important to note that you can actually get the fishing pet from this minigame as well at a flat rate of 1 in 5,000. So who knows, you might actually get lucky and walk away with a pet. Now as for the total amount of money that we made during this 1 hour, if we subtract the cost of supplies, which was the swamp paste, we have 15,416 GP from our money that we made, which was 273,532 GP. We get a grand total profit of 258,116 GP from 1 hour of fishing trawler. I'd say it's a pretty decent amount of money considering this isn't really a moneymaker. People don't really use this as a moneymaker. Again, it's mainly for the angler's outfit, but if you can make a little extra money while going for the outfit, while also doing a pretty AFK minigame, I'd say this is pretty decent. We also managed to get some fishing XP while we were here. It wasn't that much, but it was, you know, still a little bit. Every little bit helps. The total amount that we got was 9,118 fishing XP. And again, like I mentioned before, if you're after money and even XP, Sacred Eels is a great alternative instead of doing this because you will make more money and you will also get more fishing XP per hour. And in terms of AFK, it is pretty comparable. Not to mention you also get some cooking XP for cutting the Sacred Eels. As I said earlier in the video, here is the screenshot of the loot that I got from obtaining my angler's outfit after 10 hours. The price check on this loot came out to be around 2,260,922 GP. So at least I made some money while I was going dry on the outfit. Unfortunately, no pet still, but I am chasing that currently through the Sacred Eels. I just want to say thanks for checking out the video, and if you did enjoy it, please consider giving it a thumbs up and possibly a subscription. And as always, I will catch you guys in the next episode.